Number 10, Ayala Oren. Number 11, Mikala Abubram. Number 14, Gala David. Number 15, Ophir Weber. Number 21, Maya Shabrit. Number 33, Neta Maisha. Number 55, Sabion Kamen. Coach of this team, Anton Nathan, and assistant of the coach, Roy Azenberg. And now let's introduce USA with number 4, Edison Jordan. Number 5, Jersey Rosenthal. Number 6, Sanaya Hall. Number 7, Emily Skinner. Number 8, Jordan Lee. Number 9, Jasmine Davidson. Number 10, Kate Harvey. Number 11, Meredith Greenway. Number 12, Kayla Hegel. Number 14, Sienna Betts. Number 14, Zania Soka. Number 15, Cindy Douglas. Coach of this team, Terry Moran, and assistant coach, Joseph Fernandez. Ladies and gentlemen, we now invite you to stand up for the national anthem. Dámy a pánové, nyní se prosím postavte, zazní národní hymny. We start with anthem of Israel. Please remain standing for the national anthem of USA. The referees for the game are Daniel Neves from...
Two history makers square off on the final day of group play at the U19 Women's World Cup. USA looks to hold on to the #1 spot in Group A, headed to the knockout stage, while Israel is coming off the nation's first ever U19 World Cup win. USA and Israel, a tune-up game before the knockout stage as we close out Group A play. Michael Cerrone with you, live on the FIBA Basketball Channel, Day 3 from Brno, Czechia. We'll get the referees, the starting lineups, and then tip-off. USA dominant in game one, 134-53 win over Korea, the most points ever in a U19 Women's World Cup game. And then a 30-point win over Hungary on day two as we meet the referees for today's game. Israel on the other side, a 4-point loss to Hungary on the first day of the tournament. And then they beat Korea 63-61 in a game in which they trailed by as many as 14 points. But a comeback effort, and they got their first ever win at this tournament, their first ever appearance after taking home 4th place in the U18 Eurobasket tournament. Their starting lineup sees no changes from the first two games. Mayan Cohen, Tamar Karmi, Ayala Oren, Gal Raviv is the star, and Maya Sharvit. Keep an eye out for Raviv, 14 for Israel, averaging 32.5 points per game through the first two games in this tournament. We'll be seeing her as a Miami Hurricane the upcoming season. Tal Natan is the head coach for Israel. First appearance in this event ever. They don't always even compete in Division A of the Eurobasket tournament, but they did so last year, and they took home 4th place, their highest ever, to qualify. USA makes one change in their starting lineup. Sanaya Hall will start for the first time, replacing Addison Bajorn in the starting lineup. But other than that, it stays the same with Jordan Lee, Jazzy Davidson, Kaylee Heckel, and Sienna Betts. Terry Morin is at the helm of this USA team. He's got a 246-112 record at Indiana. But she doesn't care about college ball when it comes to FIBA basketball. Again, I'm Michael Cerroti, happy to be with you on the final day of group play from Brno, Czechia on the FIBA basketball channel. It's USA and it's Israel. Just about set for tip-off. 1 minute to go until we are underway. The countdown to tip-off is brought to you by Tristo. USA in the game against Korea got 25 points from Sienna Betts. She was 11 for 12 from the field. Sanaya Hall scored 23. And then everybody quieted down into their second game against Hungary. Betts went for 13 points. She did grab 13 rebounds. USA had 5 players in double figures that game, but 79-49. It was a 30-point win, but the game felt closer than that. The lead hovered around 15 points for the majority of the game, and it was not what a lot of people expected. After their performance against Korea, they thought Hungary stood no chance to even stay in the game, but they did. They held tough, but USA in the end, a 30-point win. Still dominant for the top team in this tournament. USA looking for the top spot in Group A. If they win this game, they will face China, the bottom team in Group B, to start the knockout stage. USA in white, Israel in blue. We are underway from Czechia. Israel gets the basketball to start off this game with Gal Raviv to star. Oren uses the screen. Kicks it back out for Cohen, and it's taken away. Clear the runway for Davidson. USA is on the board. Jazzy Davidson goes coast to coast. Davidson had 10 points in game 1 and 12 points in game 2 as Gal Raviv can't connect. Sienna Betts hits the deck. Lee tries a triple. Off the heel. Rebound tipped out of bounds. Last touch by Betts. The height will absolutely play a factor in this game. Israel doesn't have a single player over 6 foot. And USA, all sorts of heights. Sienna Betts is 6'4". Sydney Douglas 6'6" off the bench. As Raviv thought about it. Sharvit on the attack. Reverse layup. too high off the glass. Looking for the hit ahead to Davidson, and it's thrown out of bounds back to Israel. USA only has 3 players under 6 feet tall. And again, Michal Abudram is the only player standing at 6 foot for Israel. Everybody else is 5'11" or shorter. So you have to imagine USA will utilize the pick and roll to their favor in this game. Tamar Karmi keeps it alive. Oren hits the triple. Ayala Oren puts Israel on top, 3-2. Israel gets it right back. They're fired up. This is the first time all tournament that USA has trailed. Ayala Oren hands off. Cohen looks inside for Raviv. Kick back out. Open look. Sharvit missed it badly. We have seen the pick and roll be used heavily by just about every team in this tournament. It seems like they're forgetting about most other sets, and USA especially with the amount of height they have. Here comes Betts to set the screen now and roll to the basket. Instead, it's Hall with the triple. Women's basketball, in recent memory, has relied heavily on the three-point shot. It's been pretty quiet throughout this tournament. USA has got some shooters, though. Cohen looks for the answer and finds it. All the way to the other side of the floor. Davidson blocked. Betts the offensive rebound and stick back. Sienna Betts has been all over the glass in this tournament, especially in the second game against Hungary. Dominated on both sides, 13 total rebounds. Loose on the floor and a jump ball. Both teams also coming off a rest day, so the energy seems to be high. This is USA's first afternoon game local time. Look inside for Betts. Double team, triple team. Betts does not care. Sienna Betts through all kinds of congestion down low. 3-point US lead. Raviv gets the screen from Sharvit. Raviv attacks. Raviv scores. First bucket for Gal Raviv, who scored 35 in the opener and then followed it up with 30 in game 2. Another look inside for Betts, and this time it's ripped away. Israel did their scouting. They'll have to bring a lot of help defense to defend not only Betts, but everyone in the post for USA. Raviv waits. Patient up top, 5 to shoot. Raviv hands. 3 with the shot clock winding down, doesn't fall for Oren. Kaylee Heckel started to get hot offensively late in game 2. Heckel skips it. Lee driving. Lee extra pass. Davidson a 3. Rattles around and in. Jazzy Davidson was 2 for 4 in game 2 from distance. Up the floor, nice touch pass, and an and one for Jordan Lee. What a feed from Jazzy Davidson, and Jordan Lee has a chance at 3. Incredible court awareness from Jazzy Davidson. And here comes Jordan Lee to the line. Free throw won't go for Lee. Offensive rebound for Hall. 2 points is better than 1. Hall gets a piece of the pass and lays it in. Loose on the floor again. USA's full court pressure haunting Israel early as Kaylee Heckel pulls up and drops it in. USA has exploded to a 20-8 lead. 11-0 run. Timeout Israel with 4:59 to go in the first.
That is unbelievable. These guys will be legends in their own countries, but also in the international basketball world.
Nothing run for the Americans, and they have a 12-point lead after trailing for the first time in the entire tournament. With the full court pressure, too much for Israel to handle. 2 straight steals, 2 straight buckets for Terry Morin's squad, looking to go 3-0 in group play. Here comes the full court press again. This time Israel is able to break it. USA is 23-0 in the U19 Women's World Cup, dating back 8 years. A pass finds its way out to Maishar as she drives. Shot clock hitting zeros, and Israel didn't realize. And it's back to the Americans with a 24-second violation. USA has never missed this event, and they have medaled every year since 1997. 3 straight gold medals, and they have not lost. Hall tries a 3 and drills it. Forget the pick and roll. How about a pick and pop for Sanaya Hall? What a start to this game. She already has 10 points. Third straight game that Sanaya Hall has reached double figures. She had 10 in game 2, 23 in game 1. Kaylee Heckel races it up the floor, takes it herself. Tough layup off the rim. All 12 players scored in game 1 for USA, and 11 out of the 12 scored in game 2. We'll see if Terry Morin makes that a goal. If this score continues to rise. A nice move, nice 3 for Mayan Cohen. No hesitation on that deep pull. Second triple for Cohen. Davidson. Betts comes with the screen. Davidson rounds the defense and floats it up and in. Really excited to see Jazzy Davidson at USC next year. A good compliment, it seems, to what Juju Watkins can do. 2 incredible guards teaming up in LA. Sanaya Hall kicks it. Heckel lines it up and sticks it. USA is scoring at will, 28-11. They have already topped their total from the first quarter in game 2. They had 26 against Hungary. 28, still 2.5 to play. On the attack, flipped up, no. Myshar missed it, pulled down by Hall. Sanaya Hall, straight to the cup. Sanaya Hall through contact. Sanaya Hall, the #1 rising senior in the country, according to ESPN, out of Montverde Academy. That recruitment, a very interesting one. Where will she end up? And the height becoming a factor down low. Tahila Cohen couldn't get it to go over Betts. Davidson leads the break. Kick, Hall a 3. Rims out, Davidson, offensive rebound for 2. And now USA has topped their total from game 1 in the first quarter when they scored 30. Already 32 points. Jazzy Davidson gets her hand in the passing lane. It's kept alive by Myshar. Cross, Myshar fouled by Heckel. USA and Israel bringing out fresh legs with 1:18 to play in the first quarter. And Israel, no, they don't call timeout, so we come right back out onto the floor. It's a fresh 5 for the Americans. And 2 shots for Netta Myshar. First one good. Scored 4.6 points a game at last year's Eurobasket tournament, where Israel finished 4th. Myshar goes 2 for 2. She didn't score in game 1 and only had 3 points in game 2. But Netta Myshar providing a spark, doing a lot of the ball handling right now with Gal Raviv on the bench. This is Madden Greenway bringing it up for USA. Greenway was a late add to the roster. Olivia McGill was originally supposed to be a part of the 12. She was no longer available, so Madden Greenway stepped in as Kate Harpring misses, but a foul. Just under a minute to go in the opening quarter. 19-point lead for USA, and Kate Harpring has 2 shots coming. Harpring, 5'11", 17-year-old. We said Sanaya Hall was the #1 prospect in the rising senior class. That's according to ESPN. But Kate Harpring has that spot, according to 24/7 Sports. 2 very highly touted prospects. She goes 1 for 2 at the line. Rebound pulled down by Sharvit. Myshar hands off. Up top. Weintraub being hounded by Greenway. Sharvit goes to the floor, and USA picks it up. Here they come. Straight to the basket. Skinner for 2. First bucket for Emily Skinner. It took her a while to score in Sunday's game against Hungary. She finished with 4 points, just under 10 minutes of action. 4 seconds separating the shot and game clock late in the first. A whistle on the sideline. USA not making it easy on Ayala Oren. Israel turns it over. 5.3 to end the first quarter for USA. It's in for Harpring with momentum. Kate Harpring to the basket. Tough layup goes. Kate Harpring beats the buzzer. The dominance continues. 37 points in the first quarter for USA. They lead by 24. The second quarter is next from Czechia. Become a FIBA YouTube member today. Unlock exclusive content, enjoy members-only videos and photos, access our dedicated Discord server, and get more exciting perks. Pick one of our rookie, starter, or MVP tiers and be a part of our growing community today. What a first quarter for USA. They lead Israel 37-13 after the first 10 minutes, and we get back underway from Brno, Czechia at the FIBA U19 Women's Basketball World Cup. USA, the #1 team in the tournament coming in, and they have proved why. They sit at #1 in Group A. Gal Raviv, step back three doesn't go. A win here for USA would match them up with China to start the knockout stage. China 0-3 in group play and #4 in Group B. First points for Jersey Robinson on the offensive rebound. Robinson, another highly touted rising senior, plays with Overtime Select after a stint at Sierra Canyon. (39-13), USA over Israel. Jersey Robinson out of Phoenix, Arizona. She replaced Juju Watkins at Sierra Canyon. Two of the best guards you'll see. Robinson, #3 player in the class of 2026, has 18 offers according to On3. UConn, South Carolina, UCLA, a part of those, some of the top programs in the country. You also have the nearby Arizona extending an offer to Robinson. Where will it be? Only 16 years old, Jersey Robinson is. One of 3 16-year-olds on this team. Robinson, Sanaya Hall, and Sydney Douglas. Raviv has it poked away. Gal Raviv hounded by Skinner. And now she gets it away. Sharvit pulls up from the free throw line. Couldn't bank it in. Robinson. Change of pace. Robinson kicks it out. Skinner leans in and hits. Emily Skinner will be facing off with Gal Raviv in the ACC. Raviv transferring to Miami after a year at Quinnipiac. Emily Skinner committed to Duke. Raviv, long-range three. Gal Raviv knocks it down. Caitlin Clark range. Gal Raviv, one of the best players in college basketball last year. Metro Atlantic Athletic Conference Rookie and Player of the Year. 17.9 points per game. After her freshman season at Quinnipiac, transferring to the Hurricanes in Miami. Solomon throws it into the backcourt, and Israel turns it over. Emily Skinner, out of Utah, will join the Blue Devils after being named the #4 player in the class of 2025. She had 106 career games at Ridgeline High School. Out of those 106, she scored in double figures in 105 of them. Zanya Soka Guman will go to the free throw line. We'll see if the foul goes against Sharvit or Raviv on the help. Goes against Gal Raviv. She got her hand in there with the help defense. Second personal foul for Raviv. Zanya Soka Guman transferring Big Ten to Big Ten. UCLA to Indiana, where she'll join her USA head coach Terry Morin. Soka Guman made 16 appearances. There is Terry Morin as a freshman at UCLA. Soka Guman, 6'4". Sienna Betts, 6'4". Betts now going to UCLA. So maybe taking on that role of Soka Guman or a bigger one. Sienna Betts will team up with her sister Lauren, who has already solidified herself as one of the best players in the nation, winning the Lisa Leslie Award for being the best center in the country. And Sienna Betts looks to be just as intriguing of a prospect. Look inside for Soka Guman, and she stepped on the end line. Fifth turnover for USA. Israel has 9 turnovers, and USA has already turned that into 17 points. 6.5 to play in the first half. It's 43-16. USA looks to be back in the groove they found in Game 1 against Korea. Much slower outing against Hungary. And you can maybe credit that to the tired legs they had. Again, yesterday was an off day for every team in the tournament. They'll have another off day on Thursday. Knockout stage gets started tomorrow. Every team makes that knockout stage. But the group stage, important for seeding. Gal Raviv too strong in the mid-range J. Sydney Douglas just off the bench pulls down the rebound. Skinner attacks baseline. Skinner to Douglas. Harpring settles. Harpring. Douglas throws it up. Way too strong. Offensive rebound. Bajord. Kick. And with the shot clock hitting zeros, doesn't go. Offensive rebound. Another look for Harpring. She left it short. Douglas taps it. And Israel finally secures it. Mayan Cohen pulls up. Short. And USA lets it fall out of bounds. Israel not a bad team by any means. 4-point loss to Hungary on day 1. 2-point win over Korea on day 2. And that was a game that they trailed by double digits. And Korea had a lead for a majority of the game, but Israel coming back for their first ever win in the U19 Women's World Cup. Cohen gets it across and finds Oren. Ayala Oren, a FIBA veteran in her 5th tournament with Israel. Loose on the baseline, and Abu Dharam was out of bounds. Back to USA. If Korea wins today against Hungary, there will be a tie for the bottom spot out of Group A. Addison Bajorn offensive rebound and foul. Korea currently 0-2. Israel and Hungary both 1-1. And if this score holds, Israel will fall to 1-2. Addison Bajorn going to the free throw line. Another member of the class of 2026, another top 10 recruit, considering the likes of UConn, UCLA, Indiana. Maybe Terry Morin, a little recruitment tactics in this tournament, but she specifically told me she lets college basketball go. Now she does bring in some systems from Indiana, but recruitment not really a factor. She loves FIBA basketball, loves coaching the national team. And Terry Morin takes a lot of pride in bringing home gold. Shot clock winding down. 3 doesn't fall, and Bajorn is going back to the free throw line. Addison Bajorn won't start taking visits until the fall. Foul against Cohen. Out of Parkville, Missouri, Bajorn started the first 2 games in this tournament. Came off the bench in this one. Averaged a double-double last year with 22 points a game at Park Hill South High School. Bjorn scored over 9 points a game in the U17 World Cup last year, and she splits the pair. Three off the mark. Douglas chasing it down, and it's kept in bounds by Abudram. Now Douglas gets on the floor for it, throws it right back. Cohen. Defended by Bjorn. Cohen kicks it out. Cohen lines up the three off the mark, and Douglas grabs it. Still loose on the floor. If you're the Israel head coach, Tal Natan, you have to be proud of this effort, and he is. Coming off the sideline onto the court. Keep an eye on the left side of your screen. Tal Natan is fired up. A lot of effort despite the big deficit. That's what you love to see. And in a game like this where, yes, it matters, but no matter what, you make the knockout stage tomorrow. This is a tune-up game, and Tal Natan has to love that effort. Still 4:04 to go in the second. 29-point lead for USA. But Israel, no signs of quitting early, and they're bringing back the full court pressure. Davidson. That is cash for Jazzy Davidson. Called off the screen like it was nothing. USA is tripling up Israel. Kick and three, and it's banked in by Abudram. Michal Abudram off the backboard and in. Davidson finds Lee off the off-ball screen. Lee to the mid-range. Jordan Lee out of Stockton, California. So many great programs in the state of California, but Lee picking the Texas Longhorns. Here comes Bjorn on the break. Kick out. Davidson is open. Davidson left it short. Bjorn skies for it and puts it in. First field goal for Addison Bjorn. She's got 4 points. 52-19. And that's the height that we see. Addison Bjorn plays like a guard, but she's 6'2", taller than anyone on Israel's team. Bjorn now goes to the bench. All smiles for USA. Both teams making some subs. Sienna Betts back on the floor. Kaylee Heckel brings it up and gives it to Davidson. Two more for Sienna Betts down low. It's just too easy right now for USA in the paint. What I talked about earlier, Israel, one of the smaller teams in this tournament with nobody over 6 foot. And USA has 3 out of their 12 players under 6 foot. Davidson through the double team, spins it in. Kaylee Heckel and Jazzy Davidson, very similar to Soka Guman and Betts, that Davidson could be stepping into the role of Kaylee Heckel. Heckel played her freshman year at USC and then transferred to Gino Auriemma and UConn. And now Davidson, an incoming freshman, could be taking on in that spot that Heckel had last year. Here is Davidson, gives it inside. Hall, foul. Sanaya Hall is a great example of the takeoff of women's basketball. 16 years old, and she has already signed with Jordan Brand. the third girls basketball player to do that. You look at the attention that women's basketball has gotten, whether it's brand deals like that, whether it's ticket sales, TV ratings, everything has skyrocketed over the last few years, and it is great to see. And the U19 World Cup, a great example. As Sanaya Hall puts in the first free throw, 16-year-old out of Lorain, Ohio, already has 13 points. .58 for USA, 1:23 to go in the first half. The scouting report on USA says they want to get a lot of steals, they want to run, love the transition game, and that's what they have done today. 7 steals in the first half, 24 points off turnovers. The full court press is what got them out to the big lead. Shot clock winding down. Runner way too strong for Weintraub. Up the floor for Hall. She attacks the basket. Give for Betts. Lost control. Thrown out of bounds. Back to Israel. It was last touched by Betts. Sienna Betts, 6'4", 18-year-old, out of Colorado. McDonald's All-American Game MVP. And she has been impressive to say the least. 13 points, 13 rebounds, 5 blocks in the last game against Hungary. And that was coming off a game-high 25 against Korea, where she was 11 for 12 from the floor. Abudram handles. Abudram banks it in. Tough runner for Michal Abudram, and on the other side, the pull-up doesn't go. Jordan Lee missed it. Shot clock turned off for Israel. 58-21. Ridiculous numbers in the first half for USA. Another steal for Betts. Betts looks up the floor for Davidson. Lee down low beats the buzzer. 60 points in the first half for USA. 20 minutes down, 20 to play from Czechia. Jordan Lee with the final 2 of the first 20 minutes. The second 20 is coming up on the FIBA Basketball Channel. 60-21. USA dominating Israel after the first half.
That is unbelievable. These guys will be legends in their own countries, but also in the international basketball list.
Education, health, justice. We sometimes take these simple things for granted. They're not common for all of us. We are all born on the same planet, but not with the same opportunities.
Whatever our gender, color, belief, or capability, we are one. We are all on the same team. Let's convince those who never thought they would do it that they can. We can. Together, we are stronger. No matter your origin, basketball can bring everyone together. Basketball for good.
This isn't a moment. It's a time unlike any before.
It's not a request, not a maybe, not a someday.
This is now. Feel our presence, built on strength
And drive, not rising. We are arriving, not hoping, but owning.
This isn't a moment, it's movement, constant, relentless.
Every cut, every pass, every shot. Earned, taken,
Undeniable. The future, it's already here.
forged in sweat,
ruled by queens.
When we move, the whole game shifts.
And we're unstoppable in all directions. We own the game.
dominance in the first half for Team USA. And they lead Israel 60-21, 20 minutes down, 20 to play on the final day of group play from Brno, Czechia. It's the FIBA U19 Women's Basketball World Cup. Michael Cerrone with you on the FIBA Basketball Channel, leading the way for the Americans. 14 points from both Sanaya Hall and Jazzy Davidson. For Israel, Gal Raviv was held to just 5 points. She's averaging 32.5 in this tournament. As we get underway with half number 2, Gal Raviv starts with the ball and finds Ayla Oren. Mayan Cohen. It goes out of bounds. Cohen led Israel with 6 points in the first half. USA was just all over Israel defensively. 8 steals. They forced 14 turnovers and got 26 points off turnovers, 18 fast break points. That one laid in by Gal Raviv. Raviv, again, a college star who will be playing at Miami in the upcoming season. So many college stars, not only from Team USA, but from all over the world, and that's a changing landscape in college basketball. Sienna Betts gets her own rebound and puts it in. We're seeing a lot more international players in NCAA basketball on the men's and women's side, and NIL a big part of that. The attention overall that college basketball is getting, a big part of that. And these are stars that deserve all the attention they get. Jazzy Davidson with the ball inside for Hall. Step back Jay from the paint, doesn't go. Rebound pulled down by Davidson. Nice pass for Hall. Kick. Lee, an open look. Missed the 3. Tapped around, loose on the floor, and a jump ball. You look at Team Canada, and while some of the players obviously play high school basketball in the United States, the Canadian team is loaded with college talent. I mean, you look at just the Big Ten. Silas Swords, the best player for Canada, and Mila Holloway both play at Michigan. Avery Howell, another star for Canada, out of Washington. Sierra Parchment at Illinois. They have a Goat McKeer who will be playing at South Carolina, one of the best programs in the country. So college talent is not only just coming from the United States now, but from all over the world. And that has led to a lot of attention from fans in the U.S. looking at other teams. Gal Raviv from Israel, one of those big-time players with a big name in the college landscape. 64-23, USA leads Israel 2 minutes into the third quarter. Kaylee Heckel leans in and puts it in. Nice pull-up jumper for Kaylee Heckel. Only player out of the Big East with UConn. She played at USC and lost to UConn in the Elite Eight. Raviv gives it up. Sharvit to the basket. Foul on Betts. Maya Sharvit heading to the free throw line. Another Division I player. She'll be playing at Cal Poly next year. She was on the team but did not play last year, or did not score at least at the U18 Eurobasket tournament. And Sharvit has now started all 3 in the group stage, averaging 4.5 points through the first 2 games. And there's the first point today for Sharvit. Davidson off the screen for Heckel. It is 66-24 USA. Hall the entry pass. Betts with all 5 defenders around her. Kicks it out for Davidson, who does not realize the shot clock was hitting zeros. It is impossible to guard this USA team. All 5 defenders come crashing in on Sienna Betts. leaves the perimeter wide open. And with this much talent on the floor, you just can't do that. But at the same time, you can't have one defender on Sienna Betts. She's too tall, too strong, too good. A lot of problems for Tal Natan, the head coach of Israel, to deal with. There's a block for Davidson, and she gets it back on the fast break. Davidson slams on the brakes. Heckel attacks the basket, triple teamed, and a jump ball. There are problems for both coaches. Terry Morin, when I talked to her before the tournament, she said it is impossible to get all 12 players the playing time they deserve. Because in a 40-minute game, all 12 players are more than capable enough to play all 40 minutes. But you can't do that. You have to balance the playing time, and when you have some of the 12 best players in the country, it is really hard to balance playing time. And it becomes even harder when you start cutting down from the original training camp group you have. You slim it down to 12. You only have about a week of practicing together before you head to Czechia. Training camp in Colorado Springs. Raviv, a deep triple, rattles out. So with that little time of getting to know each other, it's hard to pick who the stars are going to be. Sienna Betts to the corner for Heckel. And Heckel was out of bounds, back to Israel. Terry Morin said the team chemistry was really high to begin with, though. A lot of these players have played AAU ball together. They've played against each other. So they know each other, and that helped. They went to team dinners within the first week, and there were a lot of laughs, games being played at the table. And the airplane rides are a great place for this team to mold together. There's a nice jumper from Ravid. Tal Natan, head coach of Israel. Team chemistry also good for Israel with the amount of times that they have played together for their national team. Davidson finds Betts. Betts backs her way to the basket. Back to Davidson, reverse layup. Jazzy Davidson, impressive in this game. Terry Morin said the airplane rides are tough for the coaches because they're a little older. Here's another turnover and the run out for Sanaya Hall. The players are young, so the airplane rides are a chance for them to play games with each other, and they have no idea how long the ride actually is, but the coaches know. They're flying from Colorado to Chicago and then to Czechia for the tournament. And they shared a lot of laughs, a lot of good times on the airplane ride, at team dinners in Colorado, and they have enjoyed their time here in Czechia. Davidson gives it in. Betts fights through contact for two. That is just too easy for Sienna Betts. 72-26. Sienna Betts with an efficient 12 points, 6 of 7 from the floor. She also has 9 rebounds. Another takeaway for Davidson. Jazzy Davidson has 18. Two more easy ones for USA coming from Sanaya Hall off the steal. Lead is 50 for the Americans. 4:17 to play in the third quarter. A full new 5 is coming after the timeout for USA. 76-26, the lead.
That is unbelievable. These guys will be legends in their own country.
Head to the FIBA Basketball YouTube chat and make your pick. Cast your vote for the MVP of the U19 Women's Basketball World Cup group stage concluding today. Knockout stage gets underway tomorrow, but we have seen some stars in this tournament, and you can decide the MVP winner by heading to the FIBA Basketball YouTube chat and clicking on the link to vote for the MVP. Kate Harpring kicks it to the corner. Open three for Skinner. Left it short. Offensive rebound. And 2 shots coming for Kate Harpring. This is why it's so hard for Terry Morin to pick who is on the floor. A full new 5, and you still have all sorts of stars. Emily Skinner, Kate Harpring, Xenia Soka-Guman is out there, replacing Sienna Betts, Jersey Robinson, and Madden Greenway, the 5, on the floor for USA. Kate Harpring is at the line out of Atlanta, Georgia. Her dad is a Georgia Tech basketball legend. That one last touched off Michal Abudram. It stays with USA. Kate Harpring, an interesting recruit because she could follow her dad to Georgia Tech. She has an offer. But does she want to create her own legacy somewhere else? Here is Harpring drilling the 3. Harpring has that offer from Georgia Tech, but other schools, some of the tops in the country, UConn, Texas, South Carolina, where will it be? 2026 prospect. Here's Emily Skinner dropping it off for Robinson. Second basket for Jersey Robinson. 10 of the 12 Americans have scored. Madden Greenway is one of the 2 who has not. She is out on the floor. Corner pop off. Robinson steals that rebound from Harpring. Bounce pass for Skinner. She couldn't control it. Again, USA well on their way to a win here. They would face China in the first round of the knockout stage tomorrow. China 0-3 in Group B play. Group A will match up with Group B. Israel's spot is not solidified. They're going to fall to 1 and 2, and depending on what happens between Hungary and Korea, a game that is currently going on. Hungary is up 42-25 at halftime. So if Hungary is on their way to a win, then they would hold on to the number 2 spot. Korea would fall to the 4th spot, which they're currently in. Israel would stay at number 3, which would mean Israel would play Portugal in the first round of the knockout stage. Portugal 2-1 after a big win over Nigeria today. Nice pass, kick, and the 3, but it won't go for Oren. Raced ahead by Greenway. She gets inside. Harpring offensive rebound. Another board, and Kate Harpring has a chance at 3. Persistence on the glass pays off. Kate Harpring plays her high school ball at the Marist School, which is where her dad, Matt, played. Unbelievable numbers for her. 32.2 points, 10.6 rebounds per game. Georgia State Player of the Year. The attention on high school girls basketball used to be very slim, and now you have college fans, professional fans watching the next generation as that 3 doesn't fall. And there are stars in high school basketball. And there's another and 1 for Emily Skinner. Another one of those stars in high school basketball. She had a 102-4 career record as a senior, averaged 26.3 points per game, and went 28-0. Again, Skinner scored 10 plus in all but one game in her entire high school career. She misses the free throw, and the rebound is pulled down by Tahila Cohen. Skinner now has 6 points for USA. Sanaya Hall and Jazzy Davidson leading the way. They each have 18 points. Sienna Betts with 12 points, 9 boards. Long range three, nothing but net for Ayala Oren. Oren scored 13 against Korea on Sunday. Sticking that three from long distance. Greenway attacks baseline. Greenway has it knocked away. Out of bounds, last touch by USA. Another look from the baseline. And yeah, it hit that right arm of Greenway. Full court pressure from USA. This has haunted Israel all game long, and they do it again. Robinson spins and puts it in. Jersey Robinson is 3 for 3 from the field. The steals stacking for USA. They have 14. Sanaya Hall on the bench right now. She has 6 steals. Oren double teamed in the corner. Gets rid of it. Runner goes for Ophir Weintraub. Weintraub hasn't played national basketball for Israel since 2022. That's the year she played in the U16 Euros. But Israel was playing in Division B. That's something we see in the Eurobasket tournament at the U18 level. There's a Division A and a Division B, as Zanya Soka Guman puts it in for 2. Israel does not always even play in Division A. They have for the last 4 years, but before that they spent a few years in Division B. This is their first time qualifying for the U19 World Cup. They got their first win on Sunday. But USA just overpowering them in this game, as USA has done to every team they've seen this year and really over the last few years. As the third quarter comes to an end, the three is off. 10 minutes to play. It's 90-31. USA leading Israel. The fourth quarter is coming up from Brno, Czechia at the U19 Women's World Cup. Fourth quarter between USA and Israel is now. A reminder, take to the FIBA Basketball YouTube chat and vote for your MVP of the U19 Women's World Cup. The knockout stage starts tomorrow. USA, assuming they don't somehow blow a 59-point lead starting the fourth, they will win Group A and be matched up with China. Israel, in all likelihood, will stay at number 3 in Group A, and they will play Portugal. Hungary is on top of Korea 44-28. 6.5 to play in the third. So if that result holds, Israel stays at number 3. If Korea comes back to beat Hungary, it'll go to a tiebreaker. Hungary, obviously it was a 30-point loss on Sunday to USA, but they stuck around for a while. This is what we saw from USA on day one. This level of dominance over Korea when they won 134-53. Day 2 against Hungary, we didn't see it. The lead hovered somewhere around 15 points for a lot of that game. They did pull away late, and the 30-point win looks a little more drastic than the game really was, as Israel commits the shot clock violation. But Hungary at least made it an intriguing game. They never led, but it didn't feel out of reach as much as it did against Korea and as much as it has against Israel. Now, you do still have to credit the fight that Israel has put up today, and Tal Natan still coaching his heart out on the sideline. You love to see that, because you lose today, tournament does not end. You still play in the knockout stage tomorrow, and it's not likely, but Israel has a chance to win gold, so you can't give up, and there's a nice steal to take it away. Tahila Cohen straightaway triple, bottoms. Tahila Cohen sticks that one, full confidence. Emily Skinner drives to the cup, corner, back up top for Greenway. Madden Greenway still yet to score today. Slices inside and turns it over, looking for Bajorn. Long left wing 3, too strong. Greenway steals that from Douglas. Greenway and Douglas, the two Americans who have not scored in this game. Skinner, up top. An offensive foul against USA, illegal screen against Sydney Douglas. Sydney Douglas has just played over 5 minutes today. Played about 14 in game 1 and then less than 2 minutes in game 2. USA has kept the rotation pretty similar throughout their 3 games. They obviously made that one small change in the starting lineup, going with Sanaya Hall instead of Addison Bajorn, but everything else stayed the same, and the rotation has remained pretty even. And Terry Morin specifically said that's a tough job to give these 12 players playing time that they deserve. I mean, you look at Sydney Douglas, who played less than 2 minutes against Hungary. She is one of the top recruits. Now, granted, she is in the class of 2028, much younger than the rest of the squad. But she already has offers from LSU, UCLA, USC, South Carolina, you name it. So Sydney Douglas, one of the best players in high school basketball right now, and playing less than 2 minutes. Terry Morin would love to play her more, but she just can't. It's kind of the story of international basketball, especially at the youth level. You can't find playing time that these players deserve. Terry Morin, the head coach, she's not the one that picks the 12. There is a committee that picks the final roster. They do weigh in the coaching staff's opinion, and Terry Morin was very happy with what the committee went with. She loves the 12 that she was given, and she has done great things to get them ready in Colorado Springs, and they are impressing here in Czechia. 7:35 to play. It's 92-34. Doesn't look like USA will break the scoring record, which is exactly what they did against Korea. 134 points. on the attack. Davidson puts it in. From the free throw line, Jazzy Davidson has 20 points. USA has the top 5 spots for the most points in a U19 Women's World Cup game. Previous record was 129, which USA put up against Korea in 2005, and then scored 134 on day 1 of this tournament. The lead is 60 here. They beat Korea by 81 to open their quest for gold. Addison Bajor, nice pass inside for Davidson. What a feed from Addison Bajor. Jazzy Davidson has 22. Also see a lot of questions regarding the pronunciation of Addison Bajorn's name. You do pronounce the J. Addison Bajorn, the 17-year-old, highly touted prospect in the class of 2026. And here's another steal for Jordan Lee. Bajorn dumps it off. Douglas turns. Douglas left it short. First shot, or second shot, excuse me, for Sydney Douglas. She's still 0 for 2. This is Gal Raviv. Again, one of the best players in this entire tournament, but has been held to 9 points by USA after scoring 2 straight 30 balls. Bajorn zips it inside. Davidson has it poked away by Solomon. Bajorn floats it up and in. Second chance points have been a huge story for USA. They now have 26 of them. 19 offensive rebounds for Team USA. Addison Bajorn takes it away again, and Jazzy Davidson, that is too easy. 24 points for Jazzy Davidson. USA has cracked the century mark. Bajorn leads it ahead. Baseline J, Heckel off the iron. Bajorn another offensive rebound, and she got fouled. Addison Bajorn with 5 offensive rebounds. Said it earlier, she is a guard. 6'1" guard. That's what USA has. They have some tall guards on this team. Bajorn, Robinson, Hall all stand at 6'1". Jazzy Davidson at 6'2". Sienna Betts is back on the floor for USA. Just about halfway through the final quarter. Sienna Betts looking for the double-double. She has 12 points, 9 rebounds. Bajorn with 2 more, 8 points, 6 rebounds for Addison Bajorn in less than 9 minutes on the floor for USA. Ayala Oren handles for Israel. Oren dancing with it. Oren puts up a 3 and got fouled by Heckel. 3 free throws coming for Ayala Oren, who has been the main complement in this tournament to Gal Raviv. Oren misses the first. Gal Raviv off the floor again. Ayala Oren misses the first 2 free throws. She's 2 for 8 from the field, has 6 points. Mayan Cohen and Ayala Oren both have 6. Now Oren has 7, which is the most other than Gal Raviv's 9. 102-35. USA over Israel. Sanaya Hall looking. Hall will fire away off the iron. Another offensive board for Bajorn. Sienna Betts. Physicality down low for Betts. Don't let that smile fool you. Sienna Betts wants that contact down low. It stays with USA. Foul against Michal Abudram. All off the inbound, missed it. And there's the double-double for Sienna Betts. How about another rebound? Being hounded by two defenders, she hits the floor and got fouled. I am pumped for the upcoming women's college basketball season, especially now after seeing USA for 3 games and the amount of talent that is not only coming back to college basketball, but this incoming freshman class is a special one. And USA has all of that. They have players that already have college experience. They have players coming into their freshman year. They have a whole group that still has one more high school year left, and we'll be keeping an eye on their recruitment throughout the year. And then you have Sydney Douglas, who has only played 1 year of high school basketball. The future of women's ball is bright, whether it's at the college level or the pro level. And the attention has risen at both of those levels. College basketball obviously gets views unlike it ever has. WNBA with Caitlin Clark, Paige Beckers, Juju Watkins will be there soon. You look at the New York Liberty, they don't have any of those top names. They don't have Paige Beckers, they don't have Caitlin Clark, and yet they're drawing crowds of over 17,000 people. Unbelievable to see, and it is attention well deserved that has been a long time coming. And then at the college level, you have Juju Watkins, who, like Caitlin Clark and Paige Beckers, is selling out away arenas. You have Dawn Staley, the South Carolina head coach, who has a book that has been a New York Times bestseller for 3 weeks in a row. People care, and it's something that hasn't been the case for a long time, but it is deserved. And at this U19 level, we are seeing the future. It's a 70-point lead for USA over Israel, under 4 to play. Sanaya Hall adds 2 more at the line, and she goes to the bench, replaced by Jersey Robinson. Madden Greenway is on the floor. She still has not scored. Sydney Douglas back on the bench. But even if these players haven't scored, they are making an impact on the floor. Madden Greenway has 5 assists. Sydney Douglas, in under 9 minutes of action, has 3 boards. Here's Robinson slowly leading the break, taking her time, but missed it. Savion Kamer slams on the brakes. Kamer spins to the bucket. Offensive rebound. Missed it again. Savion Kamer couldn't get it to fall, looking for her first points of this World Cup. Baseline attack, Skinner. Robinson left wing 3. That one not even close. Under 3 to play from Brno, Czechia. A lot of contact. Ayala Oren hits the deck, and a foul against Robinson. There's been no quit in Israel, and there's been no slowing down for USA. A great sign for them, because you got to stay ready for what's to come in the knockout stage. You cannot overlook any team. There's another steal for Greenway, and Madden Greenway has her first points of the game. 11 of the 12 Americans have scored. France, the top competitor in this tournament. Canada, 3-0 in the group stage, and they have a ton of college talent on their side. Some people seem to think it'll be USA and Canada squaring off in the final, and there's a triple from the wing. Amit Arieli sticks that one. First points for Arieli. Soka Guman looking for the answer. No. Amit Arieli had not played coming into this game, and now stepping onto the floor and sticking the three. 2 to play. The lead is 70. Inbound in for Harpring. Soka Guman gets the look inside, but she couldn't corral the pass. Hungary and Korea set to start the fourth quarter, and it's a 23-point lead for Hungary. So it looks like Israel will get Portugal to start the knockout stage. And on the hit ahead, 2 more for the Americans coming from Emily Skinner. 110-38. Emily Skinner now with 8 points for USA. She's 4 for 6 from the field. She also has made her impact known defensively. Another steal for Skinner for Greenway for 2. Four points now for Madden Greenway. It's 112-38. This has been a quick game, not even an hour and a half. 1 minute to play from Czechia as Soka Guman takes it right back for USA. They will be starting the knockout stage against China on a high note. Dominance against Israel. Israel had some fight. It looks like they'll get Portugal to start their quest in the knockout stage as Madden Greenway zips it inside and Harpring puts it in for 2 more. This is the USA team we saw to open the tournament against Korea. Hungary kept it much closer on Sunday. Israel coming off the nation's first ever U19 World Cup win at the women's level. They had not seen power like they did today from the Americans. Ariel Solomon is going to the free throw line. 24.5 on the clock. Solomon making her first ever 5x5 national team appearance. Good on the first free throw. First points for Solomon of this tournament. First appearance in this game. She goes 2 for 2. Tal Natan, the Israel head coach, going deep into the bench. Terry Morin has gone deep into the bench throughout this tournament because of the amount of talent this team has. They put it on full display today. Dominance from the Americans. All smiles as they head to the knockout stage tomorrow. Terry Morin loves what she saw today. 114-40. USA takes down Israel. They left no doubts in group play. The knockout stage begins tomorrow. A 74-point win for the Americans. They go 3-0 in group play. Israel falls to 1-2. The top performers today for Israel, Gal Raviv, who came in with 2 straight 30 balls, scored 9 points. Ayala Oren had 7. USA holds Israel to 40. For the Americans, Jazzy Davidson drops 24 to go along with 8 assists. Sanaya Hall with 20 points. Sienna Betts with 14 points and 12 rebounds. And Kate Harpring with 13 points. That'll do it from Brno. For our entire FIBA team, I'm Michael Cerrone saying I'll see you when I see you. 114-40, the final. USA takes down Israel. Thanks for joining us on the FIBA Basketball Channel.